In early March 2023, Air India had 113 airframes. A little over a year later, and the carrier is 20% larger with 135 aircraft operating for the Indian flag carrier, at least at the time of making this video. Today, we examine the latest composition of the Air India fleet, changes over the past year, and what the carrier will be looking forward to in the future. The Air India fleet, according to planespotters.net as of March 20, 2024, has 135 aircraft. The quantities and types are as follows: 10 A319-100s, 9 A320-200s, 42 A320neos, 13 A321-200s, 4 A321neos, 3 A350-900s, 8 777-200LRs, 19 777-300ERs, and finally 27 787-8s. It's clear that the fleet has grown considerably over the past year, despite the airline retiring a few older aircraft. In terms of the current balance between the two big plane makers, the carrier's airframes are 40% Boeing and 60% Airbus. Since early March 2023, a lot of changes have taken place at Air India. We can see that the airline has phased out a number of its old Airbus narrowbodies. Notably, the airline has 8 fewer A319-100s. Additionally, while it hasn't exactly taken place in the past year, data shows that many of the older A321-200s have been transferred over to India's Defence Research and Development Organisation. In terms of additions, 15 A320neos have been added, while 2 new types and variants have also joined the fleet. There are now 3 A350-900s and 4 A321neos. Interestingly, some older aircraft types have also been added. The airline took delivery of 5 Boeing 777-200LRs through late 2022 and mid-2023, as well as 6 777-300ERs between mid-2023 and early 2024. It's interesting to see that all 6 777-300ERs were previously operated by Etihad, while all 5 777-200LRs were originally flying for Delta Airlines. For Air India passengers who might be flying long-haul in the near future, it's worth noting that the airline has mostly kept seating from previous operators for both 777 variants. The ex-Etihad 777-300ERs are more premium-heavy, configured with 8 first-class seats, 40 business-class seats, and 280 seats in economy class. All other Air India 777-300ERs are fitted with 4 first-class seats, 35 in business class, and 303 in economy class. The ex-Delta 777-200LRs are fitted with 28 business class seats, 48 seats in premium economy, and 212 in economy. The airline retained most of Delta's configuration, but removed 8 economy class seats on each aircraft. Nonetheless, the other original Air India-200LRs have 8 first-class seats, 35 in business, and 195 in economy. It may be a surprise to some that these ex-Delta jets have ended up at Air India, as they were and apparently still are destined to become freighters. Indeed, an American firm known as Mammoth Freighters took 10 of Delta's 777-200LRs with the goal of converting them into dedicated freighters. It appears that Mammoth has decided that selling some of these aircraft would be more profitable in the short term, something that makes sense given reports that air cargo demand had been weakening post-pandemic. As reported by Air Cargo News, Mammoth sold 6 to US leasing company Jetran. Jetran then temporarily leased 5 of 6 airframes to Air India. The report indicates that Air India will operate them until Mammoth takes them for conversion on behalf of DHL. Perhaps the highlight of the past year for Air India has been the addition of the A350 to its fleet. All 3 airframes were originally ordered by Russian carrier Aeroflot, but were made undeliverable due to sanctions amid Russia's invasion of Ukraine. A total of 6 A350-900s taken by Air India will come from an order initially placed by the Russian airline. The jet had already been fitted with Aeroflot's interior, and this is something Air India has largely retained with the type's entry into service. As we reported at the end of 2023, the airline's A350-900s offer a three-class cabin configuration with 316 seats designed by Collins Aerospace, 28 private business class suites with full flat beds, 24 premium economy seats, and 264 economy class seats. Runway Girl Network highlights that the airline has done its best to make the Aeroflot seating its own. The website adds that Air France Industries KLM Engineering and Maintenance is overseeing this soft cabin upgrade. Indeed, in much of the ex-Aeroflot aircraft, Air India has decided to replace the blue seat covers and burnt orange headrest fabric with its own branding and colours. It does appear, however, that the airline has retained Aeroflot's dark blue colouring in business class. The Aeroflot-based interiors on the A350s won't be long-term. In early February 2024, Air India announced that it had selected German firm Recaro for its new economy and premium class seats on its wide-body aircraft, including the Airbus A350, Boeing 777 and Boeing 787. Recaro stated that 22,000 seats will be fitted into Air India aircraft in the next 5 to 6 years. This will include seats on new aircraft deliveries and the retrofit of in-service jets. The company also noted that Air India has chosen the CL3710 and CL3810 models for its economy class seats, while the P3530 will be used for the premium economy cabin. While variants of each type were not specified, Recaro stated that Air India will retrofit 40 Boeing 787 and 777 aircraft with the CL3710 and PL3530 seats. The same seats will be fitted onto 12 new A350s and 787-9s in 2025. Then, when it comes to the in-flight entertainment or IFE systems, Air India announced that it has selected Thales's Avant Up in-flight entertainment system for 51 wide-body aircraft. 40 existing aircraft, Boeing 777s and 787s, as well as 11 new planes, 787s and Airbus A350s, will all get the new IFEs. The systems feature Optique 4K QLED HDR displays fitted with USB-A and USB-C high-speed charging ports. Bluetooth connectivity on these systems allows passengers to pair their wireless headphones or other devices to the display while simultaneously charging their phones and laptops. Finally, in terms of passenger experience upgrades, Air India announced that the in-flight content library for some of its Boeing 777 and A350 aircraft will get a boost. Systems will get over 2,200 hours of entertainment content, including 1,000 hours of movies, 600 hours of TV, and 600 hours of audio. We know that the new aircraft added to Air India over the past year is just a fraction of what is yet to be delivered. According to numbers from CH Aviation, cross-referenced with figures from planespotters.net, the airline still has the following aircraft undelivered: 127 A320neos, 150 A321neos, 20 A350-1000s, 17 A350-900s, 50 737 MAX 10s, 83 737 MAX 8s, 10 777-9s, and 25 787-9s. When considering all the new aircraft set to join the airline in the next few years, as well as the cabin improvements that will accompany them, it looks like Air India's fleet will truly rival other full-service carriers around the world. It'll be interesting to see if these investments will translate into greater market share in this highly competitive industry. What do you think of Air India's fleet in 2024? Let us know by leaving a comment down below. Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.